Hey, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More, and we are back at the Laundromat account quarters, but we also have some really exciting news at this laundromat. We're going to be adding some big machines. They might be here next week. It's really going to change things and change our coin counting. Hopefully, it will increase sales so much. Weird hat just sitting there. But it should be exciting. We'll see how all that works out. And for now, we're going to see how this week's did sales-wise and talk about some of those plans as well and what machines we will be getting. Now, it's strange because there's nobody in here. There's almost always somebody in here. It's been a long time since I've been able to come to this laundromat and maybe not have to do a voiceover because there's so many people in here. So we'll get right to it, start counting quarters, and see what we've got. All right, we're starting the coin collection now. It's been a while since I've been able to do this without anybody in here, which is good and bad. It means there's been lots of people here. That's a full box. That's a really good start. It means there's been lots of people here the last few months. It'd be nice to have people here now. But that's a good sign. I wasn't sure how this week would go. Over the weekend, we had 945 in the change machine, which is a decent amount, but we've had a little bit more the 2 weeks prior to that. And I don't feel like I've seen quite as many people here during the week, but I could be wrong. These might be a little bit lighter. Just have to see. But we'll have some big changes coming here soon. Yeah, I don't know if there's quite as much in though. I was at the Kersey laundromat, the small one earlier, and there was someone at that one. So usually I'm able to do my coin collections there without anybody, and I can't do them here, but the opposite was true today. Oh, that's a really good one. Okay. And that's why we're getting rid of some of the smaller machines and getting bigger machines, because people just love the bigger machines. Pretty good. And someone in my last video when I talked about the changes we're going to make, I'll talk about those again, I mentioned it'd be a great time to raise prices when you're making all those changes, and they are correct. It would be a great time. So these machines will no longer be here next week. I'm not sure the new ones will be functioning yet, but these will no longer be here. There's a lot to coordinate because we've got to move these out, take the bases there on out, then we've got to bring in new bases, install those, and then we've got to install the machines with power, plumbing, all of that, and it's quite the process. We've got a glass guy coming to take out part of the window up there so we can get the big machines in. I've got a special guy with the trailer, bring all the equipment here because it's so heavy and big. We need like a dedicated trailer. None of my guys have one big enough. And it just makes me feel better having a professional driver drive that much equipment as well, as opposed to someone else. That's kind of my nightmare with the last time we bought a bunch of equipment was, buy $20,000, $30,000 to me worth of equipment that's actually worth way, way, way more, and then have it crash and go down the side of the road. That's not bad. Oh, that's a really good one. I feel like the last few weeks, these hits, which are the same size as these haven't been doing quite as well, but those are some good boxes. And these are Horizons. These are always breaking. We've talked about that. And someone said that these were the same. I don't think these are the same. I think they built these better or different. I don't think they're the same as the Horizons, but I could be wrong. They look way better, that's for sure. All right. One more row. Oh! Why? Why are you out of order? It does that with that door. You turn the power off, turn it back on. It works fine. But we can take some of those white ones from the row we're taking out, replace that one, and take some other ones to Kersey, replace the broken ones there. So overall, not many in that one. Hopefully someone didn't break the door again. Nope, it still works. Overall, should make everything way better. Hey, that's pretty full too. This is shaping up pretty good this week. Don't know if I'll break a record, but I check those because, believe it or not, sometimes people still try to use the out-of-order machines once in a while. Or I will test them and have quarters in there from me too. Hot machine still isn't working. We tried a few different things. I tried spraying it with some stuff someone suggested doing on YouTube. That doesn't seem to work, but we'll try it again today. Maybe just need to sit for a while, who knows, and see if it works. All right, here are our front machines. We empty these twice a week. If we can open them, that's the right key, right? There we go. And we always count these separately. I have some graphite to try on these blocks too, to see if that helps. Not bad. I don't know if that's quite as much as last week. This one we still are having problems with. Haven't been able to figure this one out. But I really want to get that one working. Oh, there's definitely not as much in that one as that. That's our biggest one. Don't know why that's low. Okay, we'll see how much cash is in here and count that and total up for this week. We also took quarters out this week to the bank, so I'll show you that in my sales sheet at the end, how much we took from there. Well, there's actually quite a few quarters gone, because I just filled this up yesterday. So there's quite a bit gone for one day. Thursday, Friday morning must be busy. The goal here is always to just see how many times I can drop money everywhere and mess it all up. People always tell me, you need to get one of those cameras that attaches to your chest, you don't have to hold it. I have one, I hate it, it drives me crazy, so this is just easier for me. That's a decent amount. We got a couple more in here we missed. There we go. Well, see? Oh, we dropped one. Maybe dropping more. Put that in. Hit the reset button. Usually it makes a sound when I do that. There it goes. That one you don't have to do with that with. And we'll fill this up with quarters. All right, we'll see what's in the front washers first. Don't think there's as much here as last week. Last week we had over 2,000 quarters in the front. Last week we had over 2,000 quarters from the front. We'll see what there is this week. Yeah, so this is definitely a lot less. That might be one of the lowest amounts we've ever had. It would help to get that big one working, but there's quite a bit in here. These are the rest of the washers. We want to get over 5,000 total. 6,000 I think would be a new record. That'd be awesome to hit at some point. But yeah, a weird looking 65 quarter. Over 5, so that's cool. $54.08. Not quite as much as last week, but that's still pretty good. There's still nobody here. Usually when there's nobody here, I hurry real fast to do the washers and fun. By the time I am done with that, there's usually people here. But we're gonna get some new dryers as well, so some of these out of order ones will no longer be out of order. That's decent. Now, we'll show you our sales chart at the end, of course. And we just talked about some of our goals on the accounting. Those are all going to change with new machines. So we're spending quite a bit of money. I'm sorry, new to me machines. On new to me machines, that's a good box. So you don't want to just keep making the same amount if you're getting newer and bigger machines. So hopefully all of our goals change significantly. And once those are installed, you know, we should see an immediate bump. And then over time, probably more people will learn about them being here. We should get more customers. So overall, it should be a very good thing. Now we will be able to install the new dryers right away, I believe. That'll be nice, 'cause it'll be bigger. So I'm getting 5 45-pound stackables. These are 30-pound stackables. So we're taking out 6 of these, putting 5 in their place. That should be awesome. So that should be really good and attract a lot more customers. And someone had suggested I get bigger dryers in the beginning, and I can admit when I'm wrong. And I said, well, if I got bigger dryers, then I'd have to take out some of these, and I'd have less machines. However, I would have more volume with 5 45s versus 6 30s, times 2 for each. So it'd actually have more volume that people could do. So I would actually have more drying ability. So I was wrong when I said it would be taking away options for customers. There wouldn't be as many machines, but we have more volume. And since we have some machines down, assuming all the ones are working, which they're supposed to be, we'll actually have more options total for the thing. They're looking pretty decent. This one up here started making awful sounds. That's why we have the sign up. There's no use in fixing it if we're going to rearrange stuff and get new ones. So for these stackables, they're basically separate machines. You can take them apart from each other. It's just two of them stacked on top of each other. So if that bottom one doesn't work and this top one doesn't work, you can switch them around and take those out and replace with new stuff. Okay, let's see what's in the dryers. I think last week we had just under 2,000. I can't quite remember. It was. Okay, you get a little less than last week, just like the washers, but that's still a decent amount. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, we will check the vending machine. These things just don't work very well in the vending machine. Not really. Oh, that's Snickers. That's not working right either. If there's not one in there. Not bad. Seems about like it has been. So that was working. I have numbers for people to call me if there's issues and problems, but they don't always do it, especially for the vending machines. So try to make sure it's working right. But stuff is always breaking. We'll see how much soap is missing. Oh, quite a bit of Tide is gone, but we don't fill that up all the way. Quite a bit of gain. Not as much over there, so. We'll have not as much money on that side, nope. But we should have quite a bit on this side, yep. So we'll count all that up as well. And of course, we'll refill this too. All right, we're gonna try this. I need to tape it back up there better anyway, see what happens. Okay, so that's what I was doing before, just sending quarters to here. But I tried this last time, and it sent 4 quarters to the right bin. But then it still wouldn't release any pop. So, I don't know what's going on with it. forgot to put my box in there, but oh, that wasn't. I can imagine that has to be in place, does it? I mean, I know there are other problems besides that, but maybe, just maybe, that fixed it. We need better signs too. People keep peeling those off. No. And I could get a new one of these for like $100, or new to, like, refurbished. Brand new ones are like $250. And I'm spending like more on that than I did the pop machine. We took it all apart, we cleaned it, we sprayed everything, there's money in there. So I don't know what is going on unless there's a loose wire somewhere. Could be so many different things. That's never worked, the dollar acceptor. All those kind of go down there and through here. And then back that way, down there through here, up through this, into here. I don't know. Did that go in the right spot? Those went into the right spot. Oh, I shouldn't do that with that open. I don't know. What's it running into? There we go. Come on. Well, I don't know. Somebody's here! And it looks like they're getting something from the back of their car, which usually means they're here for the laundromat. Ever since we put the signs up front, it's greatly limited the amount of people who park here for the DMV. And we are short on parking, so look at that. We knew someone would come here eventually. Okay, now let's see what the soap machine. This is the soap machine. That's okay, 1, 2, 3. These look like all quarters, but I'll put this here just in case we catch some nickels and dimes. This is a vending machine. $1. That's kind of weird. That's okay too. So we'll get this all counted up and see what we've got. Here are where the big machines are going. We're planning to have a 40-pounder, a 60-pounder, and 2 80-pounders here. So they're going to stick out like a foot more than these do on the left, and they're probably going to stick out about a foot more depth-wise as well, but I have space in this row. My question is, should I go big left to right or big right to left? I'm thinking big left to right because the machines closest to the aisle always seem to get the most use, and the big ones are the ones I want people to use because they're the most expensive. All right, here's our sales chart, and we'll see how we lined up compared to the previous weeks. We've been doing a little better at the laundromat. I talked about this before where we hit kind of a plateau Was hoping to break through it. We had a record 3 weeks ago and have had a little higher sales since then. So it's not like a massive smash through the plateau, but it's definitely been a little bit better. So we'll see if we went backwards this week or maybe did even better this week. However, as I said, it's kind of like not as exciting because I know things are really going to change soon as far as sales once we get these bigger machines. At least I sure hope so. I sure hope we don't spend a bunch and don't get anything. That would not be good at all. But everybody I talk to, all the laundromat videos I watch, they all say the big machines make them the most money. 80 pounders will be bigger than anything I have. A lot of them say their 80 pounders are their best machines. And when I've talked to a few people at the laundromat who are regulars there and mention this, their eyes just get huge and they can't stop smiling. So I think people want bigger machines, they want bigger dryers, want bigger washers, and we'll see how that helps sales. I mean, I could see it adding at least 500 a week, if not more, to our sales to have that, which would be really cool to see. All right, that's where I added the cash collected every week from the change machine is the orange line, and I added an extra quarters line here too because I took a bunch of quarters to the bank, and I don't know when the last time I did that was, a few months ago at least, but we accumulated 1,500 extra quarters just from this laundromat over time. I still left quite a few quarters for the change machine to be able to fill it up. Obviously, we need quarters for that, but those are just extra quarters I don't need. And you can see from the top green line, that's our total every week in revenue we collect, compared to the orange line, which is the cash we take out. People bring more quarters in than they take out, and that's where those extra quarters come from. So this week was 1912, which was slightly below last week, but still really good, kind of above our previous plateau there. Less cash than we've had in a while, which was interesting. So lots of people brought in their own quarters, and then washers, dryers were all, pretty similar to last week, just a little bit lower. Soap and vending was actually a touch higher, but again, no pop this week because our pop machine is broken. So pretty good week, pretty cool to see. Now the work starts next week, and I don't know how long it'll be till we get these machines up and running because, like I said, we've got to do bases, electrical, power, plumbing. There's a lot to get done, and so we'd like to get it all done as quickly as possible, but we'll see how all of that lines up. We have to travel just a little bit to get them too. They're not just down the street, which would be awesome, but it doesn't always work that way. And the person I'm buying these from asked me not to disclose how much I'm paying for them. So I won't tell you how much they are, but I'll just say an 80-pound washer is like 15 to 20 grand new. I'm not paying that much. So it's a good deal. I wouldn't buy if it wasn't a good deal. They're all supposed to be in great condition, all working. They're all pretty much, I believe, newer than all of the equipment I have now, but not brand new. So hopefully we get that all in one piece. Everything works out okay. And then it'll be really cool to start collecting money with those bigger machines, assuming everything works and we don't have any hiccups, which I assume we'll have some of those, as we always do. Have to figure out the pop machine too. Do I want to buy that part or not? Or do I want to get a better pop machine? Some people said, yeah, I should keep this one because it's older and actually works better than newer ones. Would it be nice to have more options though? I only have 6 options for that. Would be nice to have something with a few more options. So I have to think about that, but it's not a super high priority. And we've got these other priorities obviously coming up. And then it'll also be interesting with the small laundromat to see if anything improves there with better dryers and some other better machines. So we'll see how all that goes too. All right, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think, and we'll be back next week with hopefully a little different look, but we'll see. This stuff never goes perfect, so we'll see how it all pans out.